Imagine you're at a bustling shopping mall, dusk settling in. You notice a man lingering near the parking lot, eyes darting, pacing oddly. Something about him doesn't sit right, your gut tightens. You picture what could happen, but why do you feel this way, that nagging feeling? Gavin De Becker calls it a gift. Today we unravel how that sense, your survival signal, can mean the difference between harm and safety. Your intuition isn't a random guess. It's a rapid-fire alert system built from thousands of subtle cues. But can you trust it? Let's dive into a moment when a famous actress almost ignored that inner voice and paid the price. Michelle Pfeiffer was walking back to her Manhattan hotel one night when a man started following her. She felt a prickling sensation, a gut-level warning she called an undeniable tightness. Instead of dismissing it, she crossed the street to avoid the man, later learning he had a history of assaults nearby. Her instinct nudged her away from danger before anything happened. Think of intuition as your brain's silent alarm system, like the way a smoke detector senses invisible threats in the air. It picks up micro-expressions, tone of voice changes, and body language that your conscious mind might miss, then flashes a warning to pay attention. It's lightning-fast pattern recognition, wired through experience, not magic. Most people hesitate or rationalize away fear because it's uncomfortable. But De Becker's research shows that those who act on that creeping unease dramatically increase their safety. That fear, often dismissed, is actually your internal bodyguard pulling you back from the edge, and it's smarter than you realize. Violence rarely arrives as a blunt threat. Instead, it creeps in through small signals, missing appointments, offhand threats, odd behavior. De Becker shows how reading these signs early can stop danger in its tracks. De Becker recounts the case of a woman whose stalker violated a restraining order repeatedly, initially with small acts, calling obsessively, showing up uninvited. Each incident was a flashing red light she might have ignored. When he escalated to violence, the earlier signals proved painfully clear. This case drives home. Restraining orders aren't just paperwork, they're documented danger signals begging your attention. Imagine danger signals like stop signs on a highway. They're sudden, often unexpected commands demanding your immediate response. Ignoring them is like speeding through a stop sign, disaster waiting to happen. The early signs in people's behavior, those sudden shifts, invasive questions, or unwanted closeness, are your mind's way of yelling "break" before the crash. De Becker emphasizes that noticing, acknowledging, and acting on these survival signals flips your story from victim to survivor. Once you understand this language of danger, you rewrite your role, not just reacting blindly but responding intentionally, reclaiming your power in potentially violent situations. We're taught to fear fear itself, but De Becker flips this script. Fear is not your enemy, it's your life's alert system. Here, as how embracing fear transformed a celebrity's safety and what you can learn. John Travolta's top security detail shares how they don't wait for definitive threats. Instead, they act on the faintest whispers of fear. When a stranger's eyes lingered too long during a public appearance, the bodyguard intervened preemptively. That split-second trust in fear kept Travolta safe from a potential attack before it materialized. Fear was their secret weapon. Picture fear as your brain's red phone hotline, always on, always ready to patch you through to immediate danger signals. Unlike a blaring siren that wakes the whole neighborhood, it's a private call that urges you to take action quietly but decisively. Ignoring that call lets violence through your door unchallenged. De Becker's brutal honesty: we reject fear because it's uncomfortable, but embracing fear, acknowledging it as a gift, shifts your whole mindset. When you own your fear, you hold the power. Fear stops being a paralyzing curse and becomes a survival tool you wield every day. Back at that dim parking lot, your stomach tightens again. That instinct is no accident, it's your personal bodyguard yelling, "Watch out." Gavin De Becker's gift teaches us to stop doubting this voice, to act before harm strikes. Next time a chill runs down your spine, try this. Listen, trust, and move with that voice, not against it. You might just save your life. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.